Have you ever looked at someone and thought something just does not add up? That is exactly what happened when John Travolta stepped out at 72 and left everyone staring. People online could not stop talking. They said he looked 20 years younger. They said the face was different. They said the energy was different. And deep down, a lot of us suspected there was more to the story than just a new hat and a fresh beard. Stay with me until the very end because the truth he finally shared is not what most people expected, and it hits harder than any rumor ever could. For years, fans watched John go through some of the hardest moments a person can face. He lost his son, he lost his wife. Those losses changed him in ways that no camera could hide. After that, he stayed quieter. He worked when he wanted to, he flew his planes, he spent time with his daughter. But the spark that once made him light up every room seemed dimmer. Then one day at a big film festival in France, he walked onto the red carpet looking like a completely different man. The beret sat on his head, the glasses framed his eyes, the beard was neat and dark, his skin looked smooth, his posture was strong. People could not believe it was the same person they had seen in older photos. Comments poured in from every corner of the internet. Some said he had found the secret to staying young. Others whispered about doctors and procedures. A few even joked that it could not be real. John did not hide from the questions. He sat down and talked about why he chose that look. He said he was directing a movie for the first time and he wanted to feel like a director. He looked at old pictures of filmmakers from long ago and noticed they often wore berets and glasses. So he decided to do the same. It was his way of stepping into a new role after more than 50 years of acting. He wanted to mark the moment so that when he looked back, he would know exactly which event it was. That explanation made sense on the surface, but many people still felt there was something deeper going on. The deeper part came out when he spoke about the movie itself. The film is a short story about a young boy on a special flight, and John made it with his whole heart. He dedicated the entire project to the people he lost and the family who shaped him. He said life has tested him in ways most of us cannot imagine, yet his nature is to look for the good even when things are dark. He does not choose to stay in the darkness. He can look at it, but he refuses to live there. That is the truth many of us suspected all along. The new look was not only about fashion or vanity, it was about starting over. It was about deciding that grief would not be the final chapter. Friends close to him said he needed a big change so he could feel ready to face the world again. The clothes, the hat, the energy, all of it was part of a reset after years of quiet pain. Think about what that means. A man who once danced across movie screens and made millions of people smile had to rebuild himself after losing the people he loved most. He did not pretend the pain never happened. He simply chose not to let it own the rest of his days. He kept flying planes. He kept creating. He kept showing up for his daughter. And when the time felt right, he stepped back into the light looking stronger than ever. That is the kind of strength that does not need fancy words. It is the kind that shows in the way a person walks and the way they talk about tomorrow. People will keep guessing about what he may or may not have done to his face. Some doctors online have their theories. Some fans will always believe every rumor. But the part that matters is the choice he made. He chose hope. He chose to make something beautiful out of the memories of the people he lost. He chose to put on a beret and walk into a new chapter instead of staying stuck in the old one. At 72, that takes more courage than most of us will ever need. If you have ever felt stuck after a hard loss, this story is for you. It shows that it is possible to keep moving. It shows that looking different on the outside can sometimes be the first step toward feeling different on the inside. John Travolta did not stand up and give a long speech about secrets. He simply lived the answer. He showed up, he created, he smiled again. And that quiet decision is the truth we all suspected was waiting underneath the headlines. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. If this story touched you in any way, please give the video a like and share it with someone who might need a little hope today. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about the way he chose to move forward. I read every single one, and if you want more stories like this that go past the surface, make sure you are subscribed so you never miss the next one.